going to stand for a moment of silent meditation. However you see fit, use your time. This time we'll ask Mr. Orson to say pledge.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you, sir. Yes, sir. All right, this time we'll have our roll call.
Commissioner Vesterbill Shepherd.
Present.
Commissioner Isaac Owens.
Present.
Vice Chairman Wesley Rainey.
Here.
Chairman Joshua Daraso.
Alive and present. Thank you so much. All right. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda for today? In a second.
So moved.
Second. It's been properly moved and second that we approve today's agenda. All in favor, let it be known by voice vote aye. 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 Motion carried. Agenda is approved. Do we have approval of budget meeting minutes October 28th? Motion on the second.
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that we approve the meetings for October 28th budget meeting. All in favor, let it be known by voice vote aye.
Aye.
I think I heard 3 ayes. Motion carries. Approve our regular meetings for November 4th regular meeting. Do we have a motion on the second?
So moved.
Second.
All right, it's been properly moved and second that we approve regular meetings for November 4th. All in favor, let it be known by voice vote aye.
Aye.
All right, motion carries. At this time, I see we have a speaker appearance, Ms. Munfrey. Is that correct? All right. Ms. Munfrey, you have 5 minutes to the podium. I'll start the timer, and please just your name, and we'll do your name.
Good morning.
Before you start, I forgot my announcement. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
If you have a cell phone, and most of you do, please go ahead and put it on silent or vibrate, preferably silent. If you need to take a call, please step out of those doors, away from the doors, because sound travels in here pretty well, and have your conversation a little bit away. We do not want to hear your conversation. And if the person do want to hear that conversation, they may want to follow them out the door. Second announcement, this is a regular meeting. Once our meetings start, that means that commentary will not be entertained from the public. Only the commissioners, department heads. The exception to that is if someone has expert experience or knowledge that we may need to better make a decision while we deliberate. We may ask them for their opinion. And this body knows the public, the general public for the most part, and can solicit information from the public as we need to make a better decision. All right. So with that, 5 minutes, I will start the timer. You can go ahead and start.
Okay. My name is Annette Montfrey. I'm the daughter of Sam and Fanny Montfrey. We had a tenant at 816 named Danielle there. I can't think of his name. Anyway, in Ashley Barnum. They moved out. I had to give them 3 days notice to pay me rent or vacate the premises according to the law here in Chris County. I have to ask for the money, and then I have to write a letter, put it on the wall for 3 days. Then, before I can take an eviction notice out because of non-payment of rent. Well, I was on a mission trip at the country when I received a letter stating that I was on vacation, but I was not. and they moved. And when they moved, they left all their belongings in the road and in the house. So I had to come back to that. And they want to charge me $1,000 for somebody else's trash. So I don't think it's fair for me to pay for somebody else's trash. I think y'all need to put it on their bill because everybody do come back to Cordele to live. Why, I don't know. But it's sad. It's sad you're gonna give me $1,000 bill for somebody else's stuff. I don't need all that stuff. You can go to my house and get whatever you want now. Because it's sad. It's truly sad. And my parents are 80 and 81. And I think about all their stuff. But to keep getting letters about $1,000, we're gonna tell you your house down. But you ain't cleaning up. You showing favoritism on the east side and the west side. I live on the east side. I'm here to tell you I know what they do over there. But they ain't doing the same thing over here. And I be over there waiting, calling. Can somebody pick up the trash? But they don't want to do it. They want to charge me. So I feel like it's wrong. You need to find that crew and get a new one. If you want to hire me, fine. I got CDL life and I can drive. Pick up this trash and help clean up Cordele because it needs to be cleaned up. I got trash been on 604 for a year. They have not picked it up yet. I'm going to get it. I'll set it aside. You're going to charge me for setting it aside. But it's time to clean up and do right by people. And they ain't doing right by me. I thank you for your time.
Just hold on one moment. See if the commissioners we have about 246 left. See if the commissioners have any questions for you.
No, you and I have spoken about this. With them leaving and owing you rent, are you still able now to go file against them for leaving and owing you rent? Is that something that you go through magistrate?
I can't file now because they're no longer in Chris County. I don't know where they're at. So I can't do anything. I did what they told me to do. I asked for the money. Then I had to put the letter up on the door for 3 days. And then go, after 3 days, you can go to the magistrate court and take out the dispossessory. By that time, you know everybody packed up their bags and grip and leave. So there's nothing I can do now. Unless they come back to Cordele and he got a job and she got a job.
And the $1,000 that the fine, how was that determined?
Oh, that's the city. The city did that. They sent me a letter telling me it would be $1,000 fine for me if I don't clean up their debris. And we got it out the road. Me and another lady. I tried to get her to come. She refused. She's scared. But we got it out the road and put it on the side. But I didn't know it had to be separated because I'm not used to picking up nobody else's stuff. But since we did what they asked, then this still was the same old thing.
You mean separated?
They want the trash, depending on what it is, sofas and stuff, they want it separated from the yard debris, the leaves and everything. So we did that, and then they still didn't pick it up. So Mr. Royce helped me, got the sofas and went over here on 8th Avenue and dumped it on his trailer, put it on his trailer and dumped it. Then we had to go out there and rake the straw from the trees in a ball for them to pick them up. But they don't want them in like torts or anything. They just want it all just separated. I just say never seen that to be in my life.
Yes, ma'am.
How long was the trash there? Do you have any idea?
No, it wasn't there a month. It wasn't a month because we moved it. We kept moving, and as I got some help to put it on a trailer, I would take it over there on 8th Avenue and dump it in that thing, that container on 8th Avenue. So I had somebody help me load trash up on a trailer. But other than that, no, they do not pick it up. But I have seen them pick up other people's trash in that same neighborhood, side the road, and it wasn't nothing but some leaves and pillows and stuff. But I just don't understand. I truly don't understand this situation.
Okay. But so make sure so you have picked up, you have moved some of the trash.
Everything is moved from out there. Only thing out there now is some one stone like this, look like a piece of cement. I'm not quite sure what it is.
Okay.
That's the only thing left out there.
Okay. So then, So would that have anything to do with if there's not a trash can there or utilities
Well,
in the house?
That was going to be my question. If they is express disposal, because that's who we use for
Right.
sanitation.
And
And
that-
if they have a container and they have service there, they will pick up 2 bulk items a week. On the same day that they pick up their trash, they will also pick up yard debris on the same day. Now, I don't remember their requirements because they are separate from the city, but I do remember they do have requirements. I just don't remember what they are off the top of my head. And I do know if there's an eviction, they are required to place the items in the street, kind of on the right of way. And I don't remember how many days it remained there. Is it over 24 hours new or?
What happens, if you have a water account, that triggers that they will do trash pickup. When people move out, they cancel the water, so express disposal won't pick up any more trash. On an eviction, it's by law that they have to take the property and put it at the roadside. The next day, it becomes an issue, now the landlord has to remove it.
Okay.
And
So-
some landlords do charge a deposit, so when tenants move like that, if they owe them rent, things like that, then they just hold the deposit. But as far as the pickup, that's express disposal.
Okay, so I guess the reason I'm asking that because Ms. Murphy said that she has moved
Everything.
most of it or all of it.
Everything.
Okay, everything is gone. So your question now is, are you still?
Why am I liable for
What?
somebody else's trash?
Do you
Yes.
still? So you're saying, do you still need to pay? Why you still have to pay
Oh
that
no,
fine?
I'm not gonna. Oh no.
Okay.
No. My question is why, when a tenant move out, am the landlord liable for the trash that could be picked up and moved? See, it's like we're going backwards.
Well, I guess based on that part of it, is that's going to be because it's a separate entity from the city that's picking up the trash. Then.
It's a separate entity, but also if it's the landlord, it's the landlord's
I got
property, so they're responsible for that. You know, if a tenant moves and debris is left there, then it's the landlord's property and they're required to clean it up.
Any other questions?
Chairman, I have one additional question. You mentioned there's been debris at 604 for months. What's that address and is there service there?
No, there's no service. Tree limbs fell, and we cleaned up the yard. We got tree limbs to put at the front of the house, and one of the men that works for the city out of Albany came and told me it'd be $80 for them to pick up the limbs.
That's express disposal.
I'm not sure. We got 2 things here in Cordele now, or just one?
It's just one, but they do have a company over, and you know they work in various cities, so it was express disposal. And if you said they were from Albany,
Ms. Murphy, I do share your concern about this and the likelihood. It sounds like, based on everything, that it's just a tough situation with your tenants leaving the stuff out there right now. I think the code is that it becomes the landlord responsibility. I do also share your concern about cleaning up differences. I shared that with, well, I will say this body has not, has heard that before. I've walked, live on the east side as well. I walked down 24th and I see multiple items out there. And one day I did see multiple items. And after the trash can came, the dump truck came and it picked up all the multiple items at one time. So it's not happening like it should everywhere over the city. You can't tell these people up here that because because I guess they don't want to understand it. But um, at this point though, there's no $1,000 that you
No,
were
I
asking
don't have
to
to pay the money. I
Okay,
just
perfect. Okay, so your concern is you don't like the necessarily the way that things are written at this time, that it becomes your responsibility. Is
Yes.
that right?
right.
Okay. What is your biggest? The way I think is, if anyone have a suggestion, the way things should be better, we take that in and get close to that if we can, legally
Okay.
and ethically. So my question is, what would be your suggestion if you enter this situation again? How do you think we can better serve you as a landlord?
The only thing I need somebody is to we have to go through a chain of command just like you do. We're trying to evict people for not paying rent and stuff. But I also let the tenants know as of today, since I've been receiving letters from you all, that if you got some trash, you better take it with you because I'm gonna bring it to you. Then y'all gonna be calling the police on me by bringing you your trash. But I don't feel like it's. I feel like we need to make a change, and the change would be this. The only thing I feel like you need to do, put that trash back in the alley because it is gross to pass by a street and you can smell the trash can and they running over and no fellow dogs running, cats, everything. It need to be a change made, and that's one of them. Put it back in the alley where they belong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Out of the way. I agree with that. I think one of the only ones that said it shouldn't have went there in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, I don't give a vote unless it's tied. So, but you have elected officials that don't listen to the people until
No.
you have a certain amount of complaints, and that's no, understanding of things before it happened, less foresight. So, but I heard you,
Yes, sir.
and I think it's too late this year to do anything about it. I think it comes up in October or earlier next year,
Yes, sir.
and it should be done. I think to move back in the alleyways, at least it'll be out of sight as
Yeah.
much, or what have you. So, thank you for your time.
Thank you.
I'll tell you that I will call him. I tried to call him already, but I will call him back. I promise.
Okay, I will.
All
Thank
right.
you.
Thank you.
Excuse me.
And with that, we're going to our department head report. First up is community advancement. Mr. Hill. All right.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. I'll make this brief. Had a site plan meeting with the community development director on a commercial project that they're looking to embark on. Had a site plan review meeting, also with the director on some zoning requirements. Attended the ministers' meeting, and on November the 13th, attended a webinar for continuum care. That's where people that are without homes, there's services and resources that are available. So hopefully we'll be able to tap into those. I'll be working with the Chris Community Council to try and make that happen. And then the last thing is I attended a webinar for air property rights. One of the issues that we have is people may have had property that was left to them, but it wasn't done in the proper manner. And so when they go and try to do repairs, refinance the house, sell the house, they're not able to do that. So one of the things I'm looking to do is set up a air rights property work session at the community clubhouse to be able to have people come in. I've spoken to a couple of attorneys that will help assist in that, and then be able to clear titles so that we can start to move some of the property, repair some of the property, and help move some things along. And that's my report. Any questions?
Commissioners, are there any questions for Mr. Hill? Thank you, Mr.
Thanks,
Hill.
sir.
Okay, at this time, can we have the finance director's report?
Good morning.
Good morning.
You have a copy of my report in your packet. Not much to point out. We still low on business license, but we should see an increase in that with November and December reports. Also with property taxes, we should start seeing an increase in that also in the coming months. It's pretty steady right now. And I also want to point out that wages went up, the amount for wages, because we had 3 pay periods in October. So that's what the big increase for that is. And I also want to say we got our new computers in, and they're working wonderful, and we're happy. Every time the lights went out, we were praying the computers would come back up. So we're good now. So we're happy about that. That's all I have.
Commissioners, any questions for finance?
All right, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, fire department.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are y'all? Doing well. Goals and achievements. Our goals, as always, provide the best possible service to the citizens and visitors of Cordele through professionalism, extensive training, quick response, effective emergency mitigation, community risk reduction programs, and community engagement. On Saturday, November the 8th, we had our first Cordele Fire Department Family Day firefighter competition. What we did was compete in 3 different events. We did a quick dress event, which fire standards and training requires us to quick dress in 2 minutes. And that's from completely dressed as a citizen to full firefighter, ready to enter a structure, no skin showing whatsoever. The winning time for that, the B shift, was 1 minute 19 seconds, so they did well on that. The second event we did was a hose and ladder event. You can see that on the left-hand side. What we did is we had 4 firefighters in an engine. They came out of the engine. They had to connect 3 50-foot lengths of hose, a nozzle, connect that to the truck, ladder a building, stretch the hose out, and then there were 2 cones with tennis balls. They had to flow water and knock the tennis balls out. The winning time for that was 42 seconds, so that was really good. They did that quickly. And then the last event there in the center was a bucket brigade. There were 5 buckets. They had to fill the buckets over the fire truck, come through a cone maze, and fill the tank up there. There was a little rubber duck in there. And when the rubber duck fell out, when it was full of water, they won that. That event was 39 seconds. So B shift was the overall winner. So they got the championship belt. Lieutenant Averill found this on Amazon, believe it or not. So anyway, that's a trophy that they got. So they'll keep that for a year, and then we'll do it again next year. But it was a good time, and there's a B shift holding up the belt right there on the picture. Good time. And then finally, I attended the Surgery Center grand opening at Chris Regional. That's my report.
Good job.
Commissioners, any questions?
Congratulations to you.
Yep. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. Human resources.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
You have my report in your packet. I'm just going to highlight a couple of areas. As you're aware from the last meeting, we did hold our breast cancer awareness lunch and learn on October the 30th. Had 11 attendees at that. Just confirmed yesterday, we have another lunch and learn scheduled for December the 17th. This is the second Understanding Your Retirement Benefits lunch and learn that will be hosted by Georgia Municipal Association. We'll be sending information out to everyone on that. Over the past month, I also attended the Career Technical and Agricultural Education Advisory Committee meeting at the high school, and we're in the works right now in the planning stages, I should say, of a job fair and industry tour. Those are tentatively set for January. We're still trying to get that lined up. We'll have a definite date later on. Also attended the South Georgia Technical College Advisory Committee meeting. Lastly, the computers in the HR department have all been updated. All information was successfully migrated. We have ran into some problems with connectivity issues with our HRIS program with the Windows 11 upgrade. We thought that was resolved. It's reared its head again. So we're working with our service provider to get that taken care of. And then just a reminder, flu shots are still available at the clinic. You've not got yours yet. And that's all I have unless you have any questions.
Commissioners got any questions for HR? Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
David. Okay. Municipal court.
Good morning,
Good morning.
everyone. Okay, our goals are to report accurate information for the court and public to aim to efficiently adjudicate cases, processes our cases quickly, and maintain accurate records. To complete the court docket for the judge in a timely manner, and strive to provide accessible services, maintain integrity, and ensure accountability. And for the court personnel to go to their yearly training. All our dockets and court dispositions were turned into the state on time. And Ms. Jemiah Burks and I complete our yearly training that's mandated by the court's authority. And that's all I have.
Any questions from municipal court? No, sir. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Planning and community development, Ms.
Gary is at a conference, and so you all have her report.
Okay. Police, animal control.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning.
Our goals and accomplishments for this time period. We will continue to provide professional law enforcement services through our hiring process. Currently, there are 2 applicants. We have 2 cadets that are graduating this coming Friday from the academy. And we are looking forward to that graduation and looking forward to them being out with us on the road. Also continuing to hire, like we talked about, a number of our sister and brother agencies are having the same issues that we have as it relates to recruitment. And so we're looking at different ways of recruiting and bringing officers here to the department. We're looking at working with the Georgia Association of Chiefs of Police, the National Organization for Black Law Enforcement Executives, and certainly the regional police academies. The police department, along with Prevent Child Abuse, CRISP, is collecting new unwrapped toys for Adopt an Angel toy drive, and I think we have been real successful, but there's always a great need for that. The collection box is in the lobby of the police department until December 12th. The toy drive serves the children of Crisp County. We also are currently taking monetary donations for a Shop with a Cop event, and that information is posted. I'm looking at you now, Lisa. So we'd love participation from everybody with that. Looking at our accreditation, state certification and accreditation processes, and we're making a lot of headway with that. There's still a lot to do there, but we're making some headways. On November 13th, last week, a cross-functional team of the police department employees participated in a comprehensive short and long-term planning session. The outcome of this session provides a roadmap going forward that will enable all members to understand the short and long-term needs of the community. And we continue to, and this effort is to continue to provide a safety and security needs for the city of Cordele and its citizens. Animal control, our goal is still the same. As y'all know, we have a number of efforts in our animal control department. We continue with the rescue and adoption and this holding study. We are working on a schedule and paperwork to have volunteers. Several people have inquired and are very interested in helping the shelter. Dogs are moving and kennels will start being repaired from the inside. We're also educating people about the proper shelter and living conditions. With it being so cold, people can reach out along with us reaching out to help keep pets safer this winter. I grew up on a farm, so this is all new to me too. So we also host events with the hope of bringing awareness to the shelter, animal health, and welfare, and increasing donations. We have been helping people decrease the number of unsterilized animals. You all know we have to do that to keep the population down. Microchipping, we received another big donation of pet food from Tractor Supply. Code accomplishments, goals, and accomplishments. Code officers were successful with citations and summons to bring Halsey Cobb Apartment Management into court for multiple ongoing code violations. If you have any questions about that, that information is also available to the public. Code officers continue on-site building inspections, training at the Christian Homes construction project. And code compliance officers obtain a demolition completion at 509 East 5th Avenue and working a blighted renovation project at 602 North 10th Street. Increasing our social media presence and utilizing other innovations, the code officers participated in community outreach programs at Trunk or Treat and the Red Ribbon Drug Awareness Program. Also, you have a list of permitted construction projects, permitted residential construction projects, and cost associated combined total of commercial and residential cost. And that concludes our report. Do y'all have any additional questions?
Any person for police code for animals?
No, sir. I just have one question. And you may not be able to answer this.
Okay.
Shot with a cop, is that just going to be the third grade, or is that going to be third grade and special needs?
So I'm over Shop with a Cop this year. It's going to be the entire special needs. It'll be primary, elementary, and middle school for the special needs class, and then specifically with the non-special needs, it'll be just third grade. And the school's going to randomly select 25 to 30 children for us to take.
All right, great. That helps a lot. Thank you.
Well, that was the thing, sir, that they were just gonna do, the third grade, and we changed that last week.
Change that last week.
Just last week, so that we can do like we've done every year and just.
Great, great. And is it still the $50 a kid?
It's 100.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank y'all. Any additional questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you. Well, y'all burnt through this pretty fast while I was gone. There's some speed rounds. I bet department heads was happy I wasn't out here asking no questions. They was like, let's take advantage of this. Yeah, that's all right. Yep.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good. How are you? All right. You're going to tag team today.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, for our goals and accomplishments, Michael ESG, he will give an update on goal number 10 to prevent groundwater infiltration to the sewer system. Give it up there.
Yeah, so ARPA Phase 2 is still moving right along. They're working on Line G, which is kind of down 13th Avenue, headed out towards the industrial park area. And we've also had a couple of meetings with Greg Bacon about ARPA Phase 3 and have selected areas to start getting a plan put together and pricing for doing that. So still everything's just moving along. It's slowed down a lot since they started actually lining the pipes, but they're continuing at a steady pace, and I believe by the end of the year they should be done, if I remember correctly. It just all depends on what they run into. So, got any questions, concerns, comments?
No. I do have a comment.
Yes, sir.
Something we talked about last meeting, kind of how they do the things we talked about.
The rates.
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. If you could pull that information up and send it to Ms. Marcia or the city manager for us.
Okay.
If you have it. If not,
Yes, I've asked Ms. Redding. I believe she's already pulled some from the City of Tipton website, but I also have some more of the fees that I can send over.
Okay. Yeah. Please.
Especially taps and everything.
Please do.
Okay.
I'm going to pick your brain on that.
Okay.
While we have you.
No.
Because I believe it will help us.
Yes.
All right. I don't have anything. Thank you, sir.
That's it.
That's it for you too?
Is that it? Yes.
Okay. All right. Have a good one. All right. Good morning, Mr. Smart. How you doing?
Good morning, Honorable Chairman, members of
Right.
the City Commission, City Manager Redding. You have my report in your packet. It has been a busy month. Coming up next week, we'll be participating with the Concerned Citizens That Care and the Historical Awards Committee and the distribution of food boxes at the Lions Club, preparation on Tuesday night and distribution on Wednesday. And other than that, it's a busy December coming up, and we'll be working on several different aspects for you and for the city. And with that, I will wish you a happy and blessed Thanksgiving. That's my report, unless you have any questions.
Any questions from Mr. Smart?
I don't have a question, but maybe with you highlighting the concerned citizens that care and the other groups that are going to be distributing during the holiday, if there are other groups in the community that are going to be doing things, if they reach out to you, can you share that as well?
Absolutely.
Because I know with the recent government shutdown, there have been quite a few families and people who are churches and other groups are coming together trying to distribute stuff,
Sure.
for lack of a better word. And maybe if they can send that information, that could be something else that we could post that they'll be aware of it. So, because we want everybody to get something that can be helped with it. So that would be a good way of doing it.
Yes, sir.
I can text you the name of the one that I know participate, especially on the 22nd. There are several people.
I've heard about a few, but I may not have everything, so if the commissioner has that information, please.
That brings up a question for me. How do you decide where to go and what to highlight?
Well, I try to attend everything that I can, no matter who it is, no matter where it is. It just depends on timing. But try to be everywhere that I can be.
To the city manager, I need to know how it is selected, because what I'm getting back from the community is I'm getting more requests to be covered as well. And if we don't have an objective process or thing, I don't know if it's a calendar or request system or something, but
Yeah, they can send us the information, because otherwise we don't know when things are going on, except those that we see online or ribbon cuttings that we know of or events that we know of.
well, I send information. And some of those people, you and Mr. Smart, FBLA is one of them.
I think he
Reached out to FBLA. We reached out to FBLA. There was another entity that we reached out to. But let me say this. The Crisp County School System has hired a fabulous communications director. She began her career at Fox 31, went to Birmingham, Alabama, wanted to get out of the game, and she came back to Cordele. When I reached out to these entities, to these clubs, I reminded them that they had in-house a great communications director, and that was her job. Her name is Ariel Mallory. Doing an end run, in my mind, and I spoke with the city manager about this as well, doing an end run around her would not have been fair.
Well,
hey,
hold on, no, you ain't gone. Because I think we getting outside some stuff. You said just hired. I reached out months ago about that. Whether you can see it as an end run around her or not. Certain things are being covered, certain things are not being covered. Certain areas are being covered, certain areas are not being covered. That's just what it is.
I disagree.
I disagree.
I'm
not finished. As I tell you all during
Yes, sir. Yes,
the
sir.
meetings.
You are finished. I'm, look,
The,
here's what I'm,
sir, first of all,
listen.
if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do it respectfully.
Well,
So
I'm
I am
trying
talking
to.
right now. I'm talking right now. So then you'll get an opportunity to talk. That's the way it works. This is the meeting that people put me in place to do. I will always bring the concerns from the citizens. And if you feel a type of way about that, that's okay. But when citizens contact me, I first have to deal with those feelings because I don't like getting to me when they're saying we're sending requests and we're getting nothing. You got to understand this is a filtration thing. I'm a vessel to bring to you all what the people bring to me. Now, if you can't take that, we'll love to have your resignation.
Well,
So, no, I'm not done. This is the way it works up here.
Yeah,
So,
you're done. I'm just ready.
you can be done. Thank you.
I'm done. But
All right. Thank you. No, it's done. You're done.
All
You're
you
done.
got to do.
You don't put your finger at
All
me,
you got
Rick.
to do. All you
You're
got to do.
done. You're done.
All you've got to do.
I will remove you from this meeting.
City manager.
I'll remove you from this meeting.
Calm down.
I'll remove you. So go over there.
Calm down. They'll send information to us. If we don't have it, we don't know.
You do have it. You all need to do a better job.
I have not received
You
any
have received.
information from
I'll send
citizens.
you those emails again.
Okay, if you can send them to me.
Because
I have
you
not
selectively respond to what you want to respond to as well.
No, I do not.
You do.
If we get the information, we will cover it.
All right, Miss Debbie, thank you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good.
Y'all have my report. I don't have anything to add, but I will make a statement that we sent out the 2025 annual letters for the lead service line. We sent out 5,507 letters. We've gotten a few calls from concerned customers that we hope to do like we did the other year, have them call my office or Public Works, get their name, telephone, address, and we'll get out there and we'll try to see what they've got on their side of the meter and our side of the meter. We've already checked how many? 100? Over 100 in the last year. So we hope to continue on because every one we get off the list, we don't have to mail out another letter.
Thank you.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am. I do have a question. I was out in the church property. You know what a Ark of God church is? Like going out towards Old Frozen Food.
Right out 13th Avenue?
That way. And they were saying something, a few people were saying that their water was really hard. And they said you all was checking it or what have you. And I told the gentleman I'd come back with an answer to him.
This water is extremely hard.
Okay.
I mean, it's running around 290 parts per million of calcium carbonate. That's considered extremely hard. It builds up lime in your hot water heaters, and then it gets into your strainers on your sink, your washing machine, cold line especially. It'll stop it up and you'll start getting lower water pressure. But you can unscrew those things and clean them out.
Okay.
But if you flush your hot water heater tank out every 6 months, it won't be nearly as bad. But people wait until it stopped completely up. And then they don't understand it. I got sand in my water. And it does a lot of times look like sand, but it's not.
Is it harder over there in that area?
Nope. It's all just as hard. It's hard at my house, and I live out in the county.
Okay. And so should we possibly talk with property owners about maybe that being a thing, at least for that gentleman, because he was pretty.
I mean, you can install a water softener, but you have to maintain that water softener from then on, you know, and if you don't maintain it, you will end up with a worse quality of water than you had before.
Yeah.
And once you put a water softener or a water purification unit on it, we're not responsible for it anymore. That's you.
Right.
Because you've altered our water.
Perfect. Yeah. Makes sense in-house. That side, right?
It's just, it's the nature of the water. I mean, there's nothing we can do about it except keep your stuff flushed out.
Yeah.
Prevention's better than.
And being up in New, when I went to college, the water was hard because I was staying in the dorm room about 100 years old. And I would break out every time until my system adjusted to it. So it just depends. But he was having some irritations.
Well, I've heard a few people say they get irritations from it. It doesn't bother me. And actually, the hardness of the water is what makes it taste good.
Yeah.
Or not just flat and awful.
Right.
But if they have any questions, they can call our office.
Okay.
273-2829.
Yes, ma'am. That's
All right.
All right. Thank
Thanks.
you. Lime water. We know. All right, good. How you doing, Brett?
Good morning, Chairman, Commissioners. As we continue on our continuous improvement processes here for the city, you know, I have my cheat sheet, so we did have quite a bit of replacements and upgrades for the Windows 11. We're nearing the end of that. There are a few, maybe a handful of items that have unique situations we'll have to deal with, like storage capacity, ensuring that we don't lose any documentation or stored data on any computers. So we're working through those final things. Micah Jones was here again Thursday and Friday, and he is also working with us this week remotely to continue to work out any issues. I think the departments were a little too nice because I know we're disruptive when we come to their departments and replace equipment, and we appreciate everything they've done working with us. The other thing we've been working on for the last year, you might recall, is Know Before Cybersecurity Awareness and Training Program. And so typically we get a quarterly report, and the last report we got, it shows the training complete, what was started, what we do. We have a risk trend we look at. So during the last training session, we reduced our risk trend for the city. You can see how many minutes of training, like there's been over 1,500 minutes of training just during the month of August. When I was looking at this weekend, I said to myself, well, what's going on with the phishing prone part? It's down 0. Did we not document what's going on with people clicking on phishing attempts? Because that's what we do. We test the city employees. And so I called the Security Operations Center, and they said, oh, well, nobody clicked on any of our phishing attempts during that period. That's why there's no record, which is a good thing. So, you know, the trend is improving. So what we'll do with these reports is, you know, if somebody clicks on something, in a way, that's a good learning opportunity, right? We don't want them to click on any of the phishing attempts, but we'll use this information to track over time. We'll compare. It'll help us focus on specific types of things people would click on down the road to prevent that, to reduce trends. And also it'll give you an idea of areas of risk. You know, right now we're in the middle of the road with our risk profile. We hope to get that down to a minimum. We just keep the training out there. We just keep the testing. We keep trying to fish people, and hopefully nobody will be a clicker. Right? And that's all I have. If you have any questions for me?
Thanks for everything you're doing for us.
Yes, appreciate it.
All right, with that, we're going to our specific agenda items. First on the list is the appointment of the police chief. Do we have a motion and a second?
Second.
It's been properly moved and second that we appoint the police chief, Mr. Hicks. All right, Mr. Hicks, I'm going to make this easy for you. Actually, we can stand over here. You can stand right there. All right. So most people can see you. Turn that way. This way, your family right there. Brought it front and center. Usually we have it right there, so he's right in front of y'all. All right, I'm gonna read this and you can just say, "I swear I do." That's the way it works most of the time. All right, this is the Cordele oath of office. Well, before that, I'd like to say I think Mr. Hitt's a good man, and I think he has the support of the police department. I know a lot of people in this community is proud we hired within. You know, I shared my concerns with him, as I always do. And the reason I am so integral or connected with who's our police chief is because the police department usually going to have the most contact with citizens one way or another. And I think you all have done a fabulous job changing some perspectives in this community, and I look forward for it to continue. I also look forward to the healthy competition between you and the fire chief. No competition.
I heard that, Chief.
Okay. Y'all hear that, right? So, thank you for taking it up, and I think Cordele's in a good place. All right, now we get to the oath. I do solemnly swear or affirm that I will properly perform the duties of police chief of the city. I am qualified to hold said office based on the duties and requirements for this position. On my honor, I will never betray my badge, my integrity, my character, or my public trust. I will always have the courage to hold myself and others accountable for our actions. I will always uphold the Constitution, laws of the state of Georgia, my community, and the agency I serve. I will perform the duties of police chief in the best interest of the city of Cordele to the best of my ability without favor, fear, affection, reward, or expectation thereof. This 18th date of November 2025, Cordele community.
I swear.
All right. Congratulations, Chief.
Thank you.
And I think you have something you'd like to say to the community.
I did. This is about the 20th version of it, but I wanted to read something, and I thought LT File over there, I read it to him and Sergeant Middleton last night. I said, sound good? And they all said yes. And I said, so I came to work this morning early, and I wrote it 3 more times. So this is the final version you guys get. So first of all, good morning, and thank y'all for all being here, okay? Today is one of the greatest honors of my career, and I stand here humbled, grateful, and deeply inspired. After more than 20 years in law enforcement, I've learned that badges don't make leaders, people do. Every mentor who guided me, every training that challenged me, and every member of this department who stood shoulder to shoulder with me has shaped the leader I am today. To my staff, you are the reason I'm standing here. Your overwhelming support has both been humbling and motivating. You are the strength of the agency. You serve with courage, compassion, and professionalism, often without recognition, and always without hesitation. I want you to know this. I believe in you. I believe in who we are, and I believe fiercely in who we can become. As your chief, my mission is to lead with integrity, to serve with purpose, and to create an environment where every officer feels supported, valued, and empowered to grow. Our work is demanding, but it's meaningful. And we lead with unity, with trust, and with a shared commitment to our community. There's nothing we cannot accomplish. To the community we serve, you are the heart of everything we do. I pledge to be visible, approachable, and accountable to you. I will listen to your concerns, seek your input, and work alongside you as a partner, not just as a protector. We will build stronger relationships. Let me get this to open. Trust and create safer city where every resident feels seen, heard, and respected. This department does not belong to me. It belongs to all of us, and we will move forward together. Today is not just about a position. It's about a promise to uphold the values that brought me into this profession, a promise to strengthen the foundation of this department, and a promise to work every day to make sure we leave it stronger than we found it. Thank you to my family, colleagues, and every person who has believed in me along the way. I am honored to serve, proud to lead, and ready for the path forward. Thank you. Thank you.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you.
And thank you, family, for also being here and also supporting him. I know when someone takes a position of leadership, the family has to step up as well. It's going to change a little bit. Going to be more on it. And thank you all for graciously sharing him with us. That's what a leadership position do. You share him now with over 10 to 12,000 residents. So thank y'all so much. Oh, no worries.
All right.
Thank y'all for coming.
Bye, Peanut.
Thank y'all. All right, at this time we see Mr. Brown coming in. Transition. All right, finally got you here. All right, agenda item number 2, swearing in. I know Mr. Grant is not here, so I just read swearing in Mr. Brown for Community Clubhouse Coordination Board. Do we have a motion in a second?
So moved.
It's been properly moved in second. All right, Commissioner Owens, how do you vote?
Yes.
Shepherd?
Yes.
Rainey?
Yes.
All right, motion carries. Mr. Brown, step on up and I read this. I guess this is the reading I have to do. Such a wonderful job. Not as wonderful as y'all. All right, so this way work out reading just elsewhere, or do however you want to say it. All right. I solemnly swear or affirm that I will support the Constitution of the United States and the state of Georgia, that I will in all respects observe the provisions of the Charter and ordinance of the city of Cordele, that I will well and truly perform the duties as a member of the Community Clubhouse Coordination Board, that I am not the holder of any unaccounted for public money due to this state or any other political subdivision or authority thereof, that I am not the holder of any office or trust under the government of the United States, any other state, or any foreign state which, by the laws of the state of Georgia, I am prohibited from holding, that I am otherwise qualified to hold said office according to the Constitution and laws of the state of Georgia, that I will, to the utmost of my skills and ability, endeavor to promote the interests and the property of said city without fear, favor, affection, so help me God. I swear. All right. Welcome to the Coordination Board. All right, I think you need to sign it. I forgot to ask. Oh, she want a picture. There you go.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. All right. Agenda item number 3, event permit, adopt an Angel fundraiser. Do we have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. It's been properly moved in second that we approve this permit. All right. Commissioner Rain, how do you vote?
Yes.
Owens? Yes. Shepherd?
Yes.
All right. It is approved. Agenda item number 4, parade permit. All right, from the Lions Club annual Christmas parade. All right. Do we have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second. All right. It's been properly moved in second. All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, shall proceed to vote. Commissioner Rain?
Yes.
Commissioner Owens? Yes. Commissioner Shepherd?
Yes.
It is approved. All right. Agenda item number 5, consider and approve renewal alcohol license with no exceptions noted. Initially reviewed by interim police chief. All right. You all see the businesses. Do you have a motion in a second?
So moved.
Second.
It's been properly moved in second that we approve these alcohol license. All right. Any discussion? Seeing none, we shall proceed to vote. All right. Commissioner Shepherd?
Yes.
Owens? Yes. Rain?
Yes.
All right. It's approved. Agenda item number 6, consider and approve 2026 holiday schedule. Do we have a motion in a second? So moved.
Second.
Been properly moved in second. Any discussion?
I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
With the end of this year, with the Christmas holiday, Wednesday, Thursday. Last year, didn't we go ahead and get on that Friday?
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just wondering if that might not be because coming back, is there anything will be necessarily present? Just ask the question. I'm just asking the question.
What was the question? I'm sorry.
I mean, last year I think we gave them that Friday, and my question was, I know there'd be so much work that you all would have to do when you get back and everything, but I think that probably work out better to give you that Friday.
Yeah, it's like a, yeah.
I mean, I know that y'all will vote on that, that's gonna be us, but I'm just wondering if we could approve that, if I could put that in a motion to do that.
After this, but this is for 2026 calendar.
Okay, so
you probably need to make a motion after that.
Okay, so we're not doing that. I guess that was my additional question. Are we voting on the whole remainder, or just for we're looking at 2026 too?
2026 is
Okay.
on the agenda, and then Mr. Chairman stated if you
Gotcha.
want to make a motion.
Okay, I'm sorry. Then I'm
Okay, no worries. You can just do it back to back. All right. To approve the 2026 holiday schedule, we shall proceed to vote. Commissioner Shepard.
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey.
Yes.
Commissioner Owens.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. 2026 holiday schedule is approved. You want to make the motion?
I make a motion that with the remainder of the 2025 calendar, that the day after Christmas, which will be Friday, December 26th, that we go ahead and give that an extension to the city employees to be off that day as well.
All right.
Second.
With the exception of any necessary personnel that need to work.
That's second.
Okay, second. Yes. Now for discussion. Yes.
Okay. Mr. Chairman and City Commissioner, I had in my report to ask because normally on the Wednesday before Thanksgiving in the past, you all have approved us leaving at noon. So I was going to ask if that is the desire of the commission, if that could be included as well.
Oh, okay.
Let's do this motion. You write that down when you're city manager. We'll make that motion.
Okay.
Clean. It's all right.
Okay.
The motions are free. That's no quota. All right. So any other discussion? All right. Seeing no discussion, we shall proceed to vote. Commissioner Owens.
Yes.
Commissioner Rainey.
Yes.
All right, Commissioner Shepard.
Yes.
All right. It is approved.
And thank you.
Actually, now we don't forget, if y'all want to go make the motion the Thursday before or whatever, the Wednesday before.
Wednesday before closing.
Chairman, if I can make a motion that the Wednesday before Thanksgiving, which will be November the 26th, that we allow the city employees to close. So City Hall will close at 12 o'clock noon, so they can begin their Thanksgiving holiday. And those that have not early voted can take the opportunity to go early vote, because that will be the last day of early voting. And non-essential personnel also. That she's on the ad.
Yeah, non-essential personnel.
Okay.
Do we have a second? All right. It's been properly moved and second that City Hall closes at 12 p.m. on November 26th, or what have you. Any discussion? Seeing none, we shall proceed to vote. Commissioner Rainey.
Yes.
Commissioner Shepard.
Yes.
Commissioner Owens.
Yes.
All right, motion carried. It is approved. All right.
That means somebody should be bringing a pie or something back.
All right. With that concludes our specific agenda items. We're rolling to our city manager's report.
I know the chairman was talking about how fast you all went through the reports when he stepped down.
Right.
Good morning again. City manager's report for November 18th. I will start by recapping just a few events since the last city commission meeting. As you can see from the photo, the pre-K students, they just really showed up for Mr. Dennis' Concerned Citizens That Care event that will be held on the 26th. The boxes will be handed out on November 26th. They collected 2,221 canned food items. And so this just shows the school's strong commitment to community service and teaching young learners the value of helping others. So again, this will make a big difference in the community. And again, that date, because I know you all asked about other events, is November 26th. Southeast Electrical Service ribbon cutting was held on Friday at 10 a.m. Commissioner Owens brought greetings from the city, and they are really excited about being in the community. The business is located at 510 Compass Street in the Industrial Park. Also, the same week on Thursday, last Thursday, Chris Regional Hospital had the ribbon cutting for their new surgery center. And with the new surgery center, it is designed to blend exceptional surgical expertise and modern imaging services, and with spacious operating rooms and a good environment for the patients there at the hospital. And so this is on the east side of the hospital, and it is a very nice facility. Also on Thursday night, the Community Council had their CARES Award, where they recognized individuals for their volunteer services. This group of individuals, they worked for many years as chairperson of the council, and so they were recognized for their services. Chris County High School had a Veterans Day program. As you can see, Commissioner Owens, he was busy this past week or so attending a lot of events, but they had a program for veterans. Additionally, the Kiwanis Club, they had a Veterans Day program as well. And as you can see, there was a good turnout from the veterans here in the community. On November 8th, the Rail Fan Festival was held. And as you can see from the cars, it was a packed event. A lot of rail enthusiasts come to the community. They can tell you the name of the train, where it's coming from, the engine size, where it's going. I mean, they can tell you everything about the trains. And so I think that has been a big asset to the community. Other upcoming events, as you can see, on December 4th, the new president of Albany State University will hold a community roundtable discussion. That's December 4th, 10 a.m. at Albany State University. In addition, during the holiday season, Sam Shortline will be running their holiday trains, and you can visit Sam Shortline website for additional information, train times, and the cost for tickets. A couple events that are still ongoing. We've been announcing these the past few meetings. The diaper distribution program. You all still have plenty of diapers, right, Commissioner? Okay, still have plenty. And then on November 25th, a few days before Thanksgiving, there will be a blood drive at the community clubhouse. You all asked earlier about additional Thanksgiving distributions. There are two here. Cross Culture Church will have a Thanksgiving meal on November 27th from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. Additionally, Northern Heights Baptist Church will have a food distribution on Saturday, November 22nd, 8:30 a.m. and that is until all food and meat has been given out, and you must be present to receive one food box per family. And again, that is on Saturday, November 22nd, from 8:30 until everything has been presented. Additionally, I mentioned earlier that Mr. Dennis Concerned Citizens That Care, they will be handing out boxes on Wednesday morning, November 26th, and then Gethsemane Baptist Church, they will be handing out, I think she said 400 boxes on Saturday, November 22nd. So a lot of events are going on this coming Saturday. On December 2nd, we will have the municipal runoff election. The deadline to register to vote or change information has already passed, but early voting begins November 24th and will be held Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, the 24th through the 26th. I do not have the time for early voting, but that information can be obtained by calling the elections superintendent's office. And then again, the runoff is December 2nd. A few city updates. The Christmas parade will be held on December 4th. That's always a good event and big turnout by the community. And then alcohol license renewals. I keep mentioning it every meeting because I want to make sure that the business owners, those who sell alcohol, know that again they are required to be fingerprinted. It takes time for that to come back, and then those renewals must be placed on the agenda for approval by the city commission. Again, the last meeting of this year is December 16th. So we want to make sure that you come in and have your license renewed because the license expires at the end of the year. No exceptions. So come midnight, December 31st, if you do not have your license, you cannot sell alcohol. And New Year's is coming up. Sidewalk repair on 12th Avenue. This, again, is just highlighting several projects that are ongoing. This is near Thad's building. And so we've already restriped the parking spaces on the south side of 12th Avenue. And so once this work has been completed, then we will restripe those parking lots. We're almost there with the drive-through window. That's all I'm going to say. We're almost there. We're moving forward, almost there. And then in regards to Christian Homes is on 25th Avenue West, 24 subsidized units, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. Construction should be completed by Christmas. They will begin marketing for residents in December, and hopefully we'll begin moving residents in mid to late January. Individuals in the farming industry, agriculture industry, or if they touch the product, these homes are geared towards them. So individuals who work at Tyson, Purdue, and this would be on the line, not those in the office, because those on the line actually touch the products. But again, 24 units, 1, 2, and 3 bedrooms. So looking forward to that as well. I've had the opportunity to meet with Judge Wright, and I told him I would bring information forth to the commission. One of the things discussed was a bench warrant amnesty day. Of course, this will only apply for warrants from Cordele Municipal Court, not other agencies. And so if this is something that the commission would like to move forward with, it can be held on a Saturday, and only, again, the bench warrant would be for the city of Cordele, held on a Saturday. A special date can be scheduled in February, and it will only be to lift the warrant, not dispose of the case. And this is information that I wanted to share, that if they do come to court, again, it would be on a special court date scheduled in February. Then the bench warrant can be lifted, and then, of course, I forgot the fine for that. But that is just one service that could be offered to the community. So, again, if you all can just let me know if there's something you all think is a good idea to move forward with, then I can get back with Judge Wright on the bench warrant amnesty day. And then just a few other highlights. We're continuing to install Christmas decorations around the city. And I know the last city commission meeting we discussed the need for new decorations. So after Christmas, most of the time, those companies, they have Christmas sales 50% or more off, and so we'll take the opportunity to look at that time. Again, meet and greet tonight for Chief Danny Hicks, 5:30 p.m. at the Community Clubhouse. All are invited to come. And again, we're just thankful for now Chief Hicks and the service that he has provided to the police department. And with that, the last thing I have, city offices will be closed now. Noon, we are closed at noon on Wednesday, November 26th, and then be closed Thursday and Friday, November 27th and 28th for Thanksgiving. And then our offices will reopen on Monday, December 1st at 8 a.m. And that's all I have. Unless there are questions.
Any questions for the city manager?
Yes, Chairman. I've been thinking about Miss Mumphrey and the issue that she brought before. I mean, we have a grapple truck, but there are certain landlords that have a few houses, and there are certain landlords that have a bunch of houses. So my question is would it be feasible if we could offer a service of moving this debris with the city grapple truck, like for one landlord every 6 months, and then above, if we move it for that same landlord more than one time every 6 months, we have a fee?
Well, and of course, it's whatever you all decide. But we have a lot of landlords in this city. And as soon as you do it for one, then the others are going to expect that same service, regardless of how many properties that they own. Also, there's a fee for it to be disposed of. So, I mean, they charge the tenant rent. They collect a deposit, which hopefully cover things like this. But then also, if we pick it up, then we're going to get charged a fee. So that's something we would need to look at adding in the budget, fees to haul it off.
Can we weigh it and charge the tenant, the landlord a fee? Because most people don't have the ability to haul this stuff off around the community. I don't know. It's a problem, and we have a large rental population, and I don't know. There's got to be some way of being able to help all parties, because the renter don't have the ability to haul their stuff off, and a lot of the landlords don't have the ability to haul it off. I'm fine with charging a fee for the disposal weight, but if we're rendering a service, we should be compensated for it as well. But I mean, the $1,000 is unreasonable.
And I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who sent the fee for $1,000. But I mean, that's why we
posted in the alley. No dumping in the alley.
I don't think this was on the front.
It was.
Yeah, it was on the front. So I'm not sure. I can find out. But you know, when express disposal was hired, that is a service that they provide. I mean, we would be taking, city employees, city resources, picking it up. We won't know the weight until we get to the landfill, and then would we place it on their water bill? But if they don't have a water bill there because they don't have a container there, then how will the city be reimbursed?
I would just say we get a contract between the landlord and the city. That they just, when there's a problem, they sit there and they agree to the tonnage, and we just have them sign something that they gonna pay.
But we won't know the tonnage. I mean, we can work it out, but we won't know the tonnage until it goes to the landfill. But that's why we have express disposal. It's the same thing. They call express disposal. They will come and pick it up, and they can tell them when they come, it's going to, it will be this amount for us to pick it up. So
some landlords sit there and make the tenant put these things in their name, the power and the water. Other tenants sit there and just charge a fee, and they keep it all in their name so they don't run into these issues. When it's in the tenant's name and they leave, we got a problem. Or the landlord has an issue. Like in this case where this service was in the tenant's name and they left, the can got picked up, so it came off Express's radar. And then,
But if the landlord called the tenant, if the landlord called Express Disposal, then Express Disposal will tell them this is the cost to pick this up. We have them, and that's a service that they provide. With the city, sure, we can provide it, but we won't know how much it's going to cost us until we get to the landfill. Then now we're trying to chase behind a landlord for them to reimburse us for picking something up. We can work through details however you all want to do it, but I'm just thinking we already have something in place with Express Disposal. All the landlord have to do is call Express Disposal to pick it up and pay the fee that they charge. I would just say from some experiences and talking with landlords, they want the city to pick it up for free. And if that's something that you all want to do, we can just know that we're going to get charged for it when we go to the landfill, so we would need to include it in the budget. But almost 99% of the people that call who are landlords, they want us to pick it up for free and not charge anything.
I am saying pick it up for a fee. With it sitting on the front, it just has got to get picked up. It can't sit, and we got to come up with a way. If Express it doesn't do it, we got to do it because it's degrading to all the residents and everything around. So
and that's when code enforcement comes into play.
It's just not a fast enough process.
Well, that part is because if the trash is out there, then they're given a certain amount of days to, have it removed. But, whatever, you all want to do, we'll make it happen. But that's, with Express Disposal, they can go out there, tell them, hey, it's going to cost $150 to pick this up. They pick it up and be gone with it. But y'all just let me know.
I think part of this can be handled with education. I think sometimes we forget that people are busy and that they don't have time to understand ordinance and laws and things and the changes. This Express Disposal is fairly new or what have you. So I am thinking something to the effect of if we could, when property taxes or things are paid, if we can get information, a sheet to landlords and property owners that, hey, this is the procedure you need to do if you're going to, when tenants move out. You need to understand this is your responsibility. These are some ways you can handle it or what have you. If you know they're moving out, because most will arrange when they're moving out. Then it becomes the landlord's responsibility to say, okay, which day you moving out? Because they should know. I know this situation was unique to, they just kind of left or what have you. But part of it is when they're moving out, say, okay, if you are not going to take X amount of things with you, then this is how you can pay for it or what have you. This is what we're going to need to do. So I think education will be key because I don't think, I do believe that Express Disposal is responsible for it since we have the contract with them and they can do it more efficiently. Because when we're talking about everything else in public works, we're saying we don't have the manpower. So if we add that addition to it, then we're right back in that boat. So I do think you will never be able to get at all the problem everywhere all the time. But the goal is to get as much as we can done about the problem. So I think for most people who want to do right, they want to be fair. That's the key. Maybe simple education is the way we need to go. Just putting it out there that this is the process, landlords. If you're not responsible to your tenant when they move out, then it's going to be on you or what have you. these are the prices, these are the fees. You can call express disposal, you know, but it will be on you or what have you. You know, but then I think what we may can do something on that part is that they do stay in the city and they transfer their water services, their utility service, then that may be some way we can make a policy to make them responsible for it. I do think that it's the medium piece because I'm thinking the majority of people may actually stay within Cordele. They may just move somewhere else. And so if we have the information, at least the information or whatever it is, and that landlord can say, this is the person who left it, this is the lease, they left, they still have services, they're not at this location, then we may be able to do something within that terms. Because if our goal is to keep a clean neighborhoods and make the person responsible pay for it, I think that is some of the best solutions that we can kind of come up with. But that's my brainstorm for that piece. But yeah, I think those are some options that we can look at and entertain.
And so, while it is today's occurrence was a unique situation, express disposal, with the experience I've had with them and having people to call about it, they have really been good about sending their people out to go talk to homeowners and, you know, people that had issues with. They've been really good about going. And one of the things I've heard several times, because it has occurred several times, that they were very appreciative of the people from the express disposal that came out and talked to them, because that showed them, you know, they still got this stuff picked up. They just didn't put all the piles out there at one time, you know, and that kind of was a good thing for them too. So I think that the educational piece of it on us helping with the landlords, property taxes, whatever, and then at the same time, express disposal, taking ownership of and going out and speaking to the people themselves, because, you know, the residents see those people pick up their trash every week. So that builds that kind of rapport between them too. And sometimes that can be a bigger thing, because you're mad at the person that didn't pick up your trash more so than a company or the city. So that might be a good way. The educational piece part will work, and the communication side, I think, will be the best part of it too. So, yeah.
I do have a question about the budget. Where are we with it, and when are we going to pass it?
Well, we have the information. We were waiting for, I guess, another meeting whenever you all want to schedule another meeting. One piece I will say is that, and I'll be reviewing the documents today, but I'm 100% certain now, after we reviewed the bond documents, that 582,000 will not be in the budget, so that we'll reduce it by 582. And so I was going to send out the updated spreadsheet, and just see, because we still need to schedule meetings for the tax digest. And so I was just going to send out dates for that. Send out the updated information showing how that will affect the budget, but I will need to review the documents later this afternoon, and then just show where we are in terms of the budget, and then we go from there.
Well, we probably need to move on that sooner than later. I know next week is Thanksgiving. I don't know who will be traveling. But I will say we need to make that a priority, and commissioners need to do the homework and what we need to do to see where we want to come up with fees and different things like that. It is ultimately on us to drive this forward and make sure that it's passed in a way where, you know, we're saving and everything. So whatever conversations need to be had, I know there are fees, there are different things. We don't have to come to some type of agreement. We don't need to let disagreement about fees or anything uphold the budget. You know, you're gonna have to negotiate and compromise on things. But you do need to go ahead and get that done. My next thing, again with coverage coming from this city, I believe there needs to be an objective process of how it is selected. Because when I look at and when people are calling and emailing me, I said most of them, I talk to you all about it. But part of it is, it seems to be the same status quo people over and over again. Now, I know what bias look like because when I ran in 2021, I received bias for the same person we have in the position about coverage at the TV station. And we have to realize when we hire somebody, the relationships and connections that are there are going to stay there if we don't challenge them. And to take our connections and our relationships out of it because we're here to serve the entire city, then there needs to be some objective process. My question was only how, based on the question that Commissioner Owens brought up, or what have you. As chairman, I get to ask somebody how something is done. And if that's not the case, I have a big problem with that. Because how is a procedural word, or what have you. And if we don't understand how something done, we can't go out there and explain it to the community. When I hear reasonable stuff, I will relay it to the community. But if things are not making sense to me, we're going to stay right there until I get an answer. And it has not made sense. When I ask a how question, that is, how are we being fair? How are we being impartial? And it doesn't seem that way. The same thing I'm looking at is the same coverage that's been going on with the TV station and the same old system. People still getting covered the same old way. But it's on the city dime now. And so I would like to see how is coverage selected. I don't want to hear any excuses. And I am a person that rarely use the term excuses because I realize there's realities. And most people use the word excuse when they don't want to accept what's going on. But if I don't understand what's going on, then again, I can't explain it. And the only word I can find is excuses.
So if you can forward emails, because the only emails I remember seeing was FBLA. We reached out to them. But as far as all these other events that you
I've shared
said,
with you in executive session a few times, 3 occasions.
okay, well,
I know that's privileged information, but I shared with you on 3 occasions those concerns in executive session.
You shared concerns, but you have not shared events. What events have people said we're not covering?
I get them all to you.
Okay, if you can get those to me, because what we do for the city is, events that are going on in the city, that's what we cover. You know, whether it's a ribbon cutting, whether it's, different events, that's what we cover. But if we know about an event, then I will make sure that we're there to cover it. Because there's a lot going on, a lot of things we hear about, a lot of things we don't. But whoever the individuals are, if they email me, call me and say, hey, we have this going on, because again, we don't hear about everything that's going on, then we will make sure that it's covered.
But that's my question. We got to understand that we're going to be equitable, that whoever's receiving it and making the decision to go out are the people that already have those connections and relationships. It's our job to get beyond those relationships and see other places to cover. I don't like complacency. I don't like someone just sitting back and accepting that with these who are coming to us, we need to be also out there in the community asking questions, asking what other parts can we cover. And what you're saying, we're waiting for it to come to us.
No, that's not what I said.
Well, that is what happened. In so many words, that's just what you explained. That's what I take from it. When you say if we don't know about it, we hear and we see things, but people need to come to us, I am saying that is a terrible approach. I think we also need to go to people and say, what you got going on? What y'all got going on? Because, again, I wrote this position. I have a vision for this position. And part of that is I know you're over it, but part of it is shining all of Cordele, not just parts in the same old people that most people already know about. Because there's different pieces of Cordele that does not get the coverage and the highlights. We got to open Cordele up through this whole position to understand that if you're sitting back and waiting, you're going to get the same old people coming back and forth to you doing the same old thing. It's always the Kiwanis Club, always the Lions Club, it's always those groups. The concerned citizens, it's those same groups over and over. Cordele know about those groups. They have their own active Facebook page.
What I am saying though, there's no way we can go everywhere and find out what's going
And
on.
I'm not
It's
asking
just
for
like
everywhere. I'm asking to do more and go out there and seek. I'm not asking everywhere. I'm not sitting here saying you need to go and find everybody who want to get covered. I'm saying it needs to be a better job is reaching out to other people in other sectors of this community.
well, we will work on that. Because it's just like when we get up here, we make announcement, we advertise things, we have something, and people will come and say, "Oh, I didn't know about that," but it's been advertised, it's been put out there, and so like I said, we will see how we can find out and see other things to cover. But basically, that's how we approach it, and I. Like I said, we'll reach out to other groups and say, hey, what are you doing?
Thank you. Anything else? Say that filling in for Mr. Coleman. Otherwise, he'll find a fountain of youth.
The city attorney doesn't have anything to report.
All right, thank you, sir. Would there be any reason for executive session?
No.
All right. At this time, we'll call for adjournment.
Second.
It's been properly moved second that we'll adjourn this meeting at 10:38 a.m. All in favor, let it be known by voice of aye. Aye. Meaning